on top of him so he can get all his burst combo off and have an entrance into these fights. But when you've got the likes of Lissandra who can poke from range and slow him down, Ezreal who's going to be kiting back, and even if you do get too close, well, you got to get through this front line of an Ornn and a Set. It makes it really difficult for Bin to have these big impacts in team fights.
We'll see if Bin is going to be able to make it happen anyway up in the top side of the map. He's against Zoom, arguably the best top laner in the LPL, as we jump into the second game here between SUNING and JDG. SUNING started this series strong but fell down at the final hurdle as JDG took game number 1. And now JDG, they've got the momentum and they might be looking to just finish things off.
Everyone's kind of hovering around this mid lane, but I don't expect anything to really kick off just yet. So looking at the...
It's like watching an Earth game.
Yeah.
Everyone just stacks up in the mid lane and just tries to go for a bit of a fight at level 1. It's not actually going to happen, though.
My favorite is when everyone dies and then they just like cannon straight back anyway, because it's like, all right, round 2, you got me last time.
You look at the clock and it's like 4.5 minutes. Everyone's missed 7 minion waves because the brawl's just gone on. But anyway, this isn't actually Earth, just to clarify. Anyone watching at home, this isn't Earth. I know that's surprising in a professional league, but we are going to see JDG starting off on the bottom side right here, as SOFM going to start leashless on the top side, but JDG know all about it because of that ward.
And this is all the information that JDG really needs. So we can have Kanavi at least try and answer in these early stages. The Lee Sin here in this situation is about trying to get some early pressure off towards the lanes, but as we get towards the actual team fights, it's using that kick for the disengage factor. And we'll have to see how big of an impact Kanavi can have in the early stages of the game. Playing towards this top side, I would imagine he's going to try and make plays towards the mid lane and set Angel behind, because a LeBlanc that's behind isn't going to do very much in these fights.
That's one of my big questions, honestly, because Kanavi, especially in the early game of game number 1, did not look good. SOFM had this Graves and he ran amok in the jungle. We'll see if SOFM is going to be able to make that happen once again this time. They know exactly where he is in this early stage. The ward has just died, but they had vision of this blue buff when he started it off.
Well, you can kind of see what SOFM is going to go for with this full clear. I doubt he's going to try and make too many plays down towards the bottom side of the map. And again, it's trying to use the pressure that Bin can create on the top side. Not so much what Hwanfeng and Swordart can create on bottom side to get in and invade.
We said we wanted to see him make things happen. Ooh. Bin gets a really nice trade, but Zoom, all he needed to do was weaken this Renekton. Bin realizes now he's in a whole heap of trouble. Flashes, but the Sonic Wave is there with a Volcanic Rupture. Zoom grabs a kill.
It's looking a little bit dicey with the damage Zoom had taken, but it is first blood over towards Kanavi, and again is trying to put these laners from Suning behind so that then when JDG are getting to a point where they're happy to fight at that 20 to 25 minute mark, they're in a much better spot.
SOFM wants a 1v1 in the jungle. He wants to answer for the death of his top laner, and he might just be able to do that as Kanavi forced away here on the Lee Sin. Q's over to the Wolves, but he's low actually, and he's been slowed down. Angel can't quite connect the chains, but it is going to mean he gets a lot of the jungle. Now fighting the bottom lane as well. Hwanfeng ignited, but he survives, and he still has that Severum to heal himself up. Loken trying to finish off, trying to get a little bit more damage in. It's not going to happen.
Trade is going to go in favor of Loken and Lumel, though. You've got that set passive to heal Lumel back up, and you've still got that pot that's ticking away there for Loken. So he's now going to end up with the healing advantage and be able to give the option for Kanavi to get this scuttle on the bottom side, which SOFM would have loved to deny.
SOFM really wants to make a play happen in this mid lane. Angel steps forward. Chains goes wide again. Angel's not having the most fun time here on the LeBlanc, and he's out of mana. Yagao going to get the root down onto SOFM. I don't know about stepping forward, though. Has the Aftershock, so he knows he's pretty safe.
Trying to see if he can bait in with Lumel there as well. Try and go for the numbers advantage play, but now realize, okay, look, with Sword Art here, we don't want to take this fight anymore. And SOFM, once again, taking control of this jungle matchup.
And Angel going to be here just trying to force this mid lane in, trying to get it to reset for themselves. But with a TP from Yagao, that's not going to happen. And suddenly, this mid lane is actually in a pretty poor position from Angel's perspective.
Well, Angel can TP back as well, but Kanavi has been spotted. Sword Art here to help.
Kanavi's in so much trouble right now, still has his Flash available, but I don't know if Flash is going to be able to save you here. Sword Art's looking to finish the kill. One more auto. SOFM flashes for it. Lumao now in trouble. Yagao can't go in, can't commit to the fight. Bin moving his way over as well. SUNING owns both halves of the jungle at this point.
I am so impressed with SOFM this series. This Graves pick is going to be a must ban against SUNING because his confidence on this champion has been next to none, controlling this early game jungle every single time.
And Sword Art as well. Sword Art on this Bard has been part of almost every single play they have made. He's able to just roam around the map, and Hwanfeng is happy to just sit and farm.
Especially against an Ezreal.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to have too much pressure come through from Loken in this game, which is why Sword Art has gone for this Bard and why we're starting to see this pick come in so much.
Bin could be in trouble here. Zoom knows how to 1v1 on the Ornn. The damage is massive. 1 or 2 more autos will do the job, and Bellows Breath burns him down.
Welcome to Ornn. He can do everything, including kill a damn Renekton, but it was the level advantage. Zoom had hit that level 6 because Bin had gone for a few of these rooms.
Sword comes into the mid lane, and obviously there's no follow-up available. Angel had everything on cooldown, but I got excited anyway. I thought they were going to try and make something happen there, but again, Zoom, we know him for his Ornn. He's now 2 levels up in the top lane.
And this is where Zoom is most comfortable, on these engaged champions. I mean, all the clips we pretty much took for Zoom in highlights has been him on Ornn because he's getting solo kills, he's finding great fights for JDG, and now he's looking confident in this top lane. Getting the Bramble Vest really sucks for Bin because it reduces your healing, means he can't really trade as effectively. Lumao going for a trade of his own.
Why is the support able to 1v1 the jungle? Loken jumps forward to finish it.
This is why Set has become a support. Because everyone's now realized, wait, even if he doesn't have items, Set's kit is just giving so much base damage that we can kill everyone.
My brain is breaking right now because SOFM can confidently 1v1 a Lee Sin, but he can't 1v1 the support of the enemy team. He has to flash away and still goes down.
And what's wrong with that? Sorry, I'm misunderstanding.
That's a problem, Dagda. That's an issue in my opinion. Lumao gets the Haymaker off. He's actually pretty low though. Heals come out from both sides. And that is going to disengage the fight.
Yeah, neither one wanted to take that too far there, but JDG still surprisingly able to get the heal out of Hwanfeng, but now you're looking at level 6 hit by Loken. You're also going to be looking at Lumao when he does hit his own level 6, trying to see if he can make plays across the map, but SOFM once again getting into Kanavi's jungle and making his life a living hell.
JDG are ahead right now when it comes to the gold lead, but it is only a minuscule gold lead at this stage in the game, and realistically when you look at the carries, everyone kind of wants to get some items, except for Lumao, who just wants to fight in the bottom lane. But that's exactly what you expect from a Set.
Kanavi's potentially looking at this dragon now to try and get some pressure down from with the help of the bottom lane. But the big issue is if you're investing this time as Kanavi to kill the dragon, means you're not getting these camps. Graves is continuing to farm, and one dragon going across to JDG isn't the end of the world for SUNING. Really, Kanavi needs to start farming up, which is why instead they're going for this aggressive invade to try and even out how quickly SOFM is clearing out these camps.
It's going to be the blue buff taken here by JDG as they move in towards the bottom side of the jungle and potentially set up a dive onto Hwanfeng, who's feeling very lonely. Sword Art moves his way back on over, and Angel's here to collapse as well. Nicely done here by SUNING to answer the pressure coming out from JDG.
And now SOFM is on the bottom side of the map. He's going to be able to address any sort of dragon play that happens. He's only lost the blue buff, but he picked up the blue buff on the opposite side, on JDG's side. So he's totally fine now, and a 20 CS lead and the level advantage because Kanavi's been wasting this time.
Really, really good stuff. And now on towards the dragon as well. SUNING going to be able to keep their front foot forward here and get the first Ocean Drake of the game. In fact, the only Ocean Drake of the game for that matter, because it's the first Drake. Has been continues to lose these trades, and oh my days, not again. Not like this, Bin. We've been complimenting you. You were meant to be the chosen one. You were meant to bring balance to the Force. Forced to flash. Barely gets away with his life. Emperor Palpatine is too strong.
I thought the Bin had kind of sorted out these issues in spring, but now it just looks like a repeat of Bin versus the Shy.
Yeah, I don't know. Bin is really struggling in this matchup. And I mean, Zoom, he's an expert in this matchup, right? He's already got the Bramble Vest as well, but it's a matter of Bin kind of disrespecting the amount of damage Zoom can do.
Kanavi because of the pressure Zoom has got on the top side, we'll be able to get this Rift Herald. And now I need to see Kanavi actually use this down towards the bottom lane. Loken is the consistent damage on this team, apart from, well, Ornn, because Ornn. But I think still getting Loken ahead is the real goal of JDG, and making sure they've got this carry that can actually work for them in this game.
In they go. Angel starting this fight off, trying to get onto Lumao, and the chains will be there. SOFM with the damage, but the Haymaker comes through to save him. Collateral damage held onto. And I think SOFM, he was desperate to try and just burst down before the Haymaker could happen.
You're not going to be able to do so, though. Unfortunately, Lumao, pretty damn tanky, and you even see actually going toe-to-toe with Sword Art, but SOFM is here in support.
Sword Art ain't scared of this one. He's quite happy. He's got a range advantage, and now Tempered Fate as well. SOFM, bear in mind, he's still got that collateral damage. Even with a Haymaker, he can wait it on out, and a shield weighted is a shield wasted.
2-1 on this Graves. Now SOFM is putting in work for SUNING, and this actually feels like... Hang on.
Yagao could be in trouble. Flashes forward for the root. They're going for a 2v3, and they might just find it. SOFM trying to get away. Blastcone just knocks him up in the air, and he ends up going down. Now Sword Art jumps away on a magical journey, but he can only go so far, and Loken is here to try and follow up. Arcane Shift on cooldown, and he's not going to flash for it.
I was about to say this feels like SUNING is playing the JDG style against them. Getting in, working with SOFM, Sword Art coming over, Angel coming over to support, but eventually JDG decide, okay, we need to try and help Kanavi in this, because otherwise we're going to fall too far behind. They make the play, but a lot invested for it, and unfortunately not a huge amount gained.
And, I mean, I love the confidence as well from Yagao, knowing that he's a Lissandra, right? He's not the key damage on the team. He can sacrifice himself to set up. In the meantime, Zoom on Ornn is taking plates in the mid lane somehow.
I think that's the third plate he picked up. Might only be 2, but still, this Ornn is huge. And even going for the Sheen to get extra damage into his kit.
It was 2 in the mid lane. He's got 1 in the top lane as well. So Zoom is massive right now. And Angel does basically nothing with his entire combo. In the meantime, Herald in the bottom lane, so Loken gets a big old cash injection as well. This is very rapidly starting to look pretty great for JDG.
And Loken needs to be the one, as we talked about, getting this cash injection. He's the one that has to be the carry. But this is the play here where very aggressive from JDG, and especially when you didn't have Loken in a position there to join in, didn't have the ultimate to try and send across the squad. Late TP coming through from Zoom wasn't at the start of the play, so it all ended up a little bit messy, and is a 1-for-1 when all is said and done. Actually, I suppose he got Luma at the end as well, so not quite what JDG were hoping for.
Certainly not. And SOFM going to be able to grab a red buff as well on top of everything else. Let's bear in mind, even though JDG were doing well in tower plates elsewhere on the map, Huanfeng had approximately 4 seconds with the tower, and that means 3.5 plates are going to go his way. So the gold is still just about even in the grand scheme of things. It's just different on where that gold is sitting for each of these teams.
Yeah, look, a lot of it is going to be sitting on Zoom for JDG, which obviously isn't the person you really want this to be on, but at least some of it has gone across to Loken off of the 4 turret plates that are gone in the bottom lane. And if Kanavi wants to try and make a play down towards this bottom side, they can look to funnel more of those turret resources into Loken.
And the weird thing about this bot lane turret plate gold is, while Loken has technically taken more turret plates, it's all been shared. Whereas Huanfeng, those 3 turret plates he's taken, he got them by himself, so he's actually ended up with more gold overall.
The big thing, though, as we start to look towards this fight at the next Dragon, it's kind of a little bit messy as to who's going to come out on top. You have Angel, who should be able to, I think, be able to back here and pick up the first item for himself. There you go, the Luden's Echo. So Angel's really coming online here off of just that single item. You got SOFM off of all this early gold that he's gotten, really looking strong with the Caulfield's Warhammer picked up as well. But Bin slightly far behind. You've got this massive Ornn on the enemy team. It's really going to come down to execution in this fight as to who's able to get the advantage.
Sword Art jumps down in towards this bottom lane, and there are no turret plates here, so this turret will not last very long. True Shot Barrage. Oh, the stun actually landed there. Loken taking huge amounts of damage. Calibrum Auto followed up. Gravitum available if he wants to go for a route, but there's no follow-up available because JDG hanging around the side here. Sword Art, Magical Journey to pull himself to safety. And that's the beauty of Bard, right? You can position so aggressively.
Especially when you still got that Tempered Fate as well. So now JDG are looking to start this up. They do control the river right now, which is fantastic for them because they're looking to collapse on whoever Zoom decides is the target. SUNING, not being able to get into a position, will instead trade that dragon for resources onto Bin, which I think is a pretty good call when all is said and done.
Yeah, realistically, there's not really much of a way for them to get on in, and with how massive Zoom is right now, he's not the target. In onto Yagao, ultimate used very early and forcing out this great Glacial Tomb as well. He will get away with his Proto Belt in the bottom lane, but all they're trying to do is force this tower right now. SOFM jumps in. Yagao kind of baiting out with the Claw of Death. He's going to be caught up with the Tempered Fate and might just be burst on down as well. He drops to start this fight. Teleport now from Bin as well. Lumao barely surviving. SOFM still going strong. Collateral damage with Angel to follow up as well, and SUNING looking great.
They play perfectly around Zoom's teleport. Bin pushing in that top lane. They're able to get the turnaround play off of Bin's teleport towards the bottom side. And again, SUNING are coming out looking so strong against JDG in the early game.
Really great stuff coming out from SUNING, and this is the second time running as well that they are the ones dictating the pace in this one. Zoom at least will be able to answer with a tower in the top lane, but realistically, you'd be expecting JDG to be the ones on top of this.
Yeah, I mean, SUNING have been playing this so well. So once Ornn shows on this top lane, that's where SUNING go, okay, there's no way they're going to be able to answer for this play. And the second JDG go aggressive, they use the TP, you've got a heap of damage on SOFM, Sword Art with these Tempered Fates on point, and now they're turning towards this Rift Herald. So this is going to be how they crack open that mid lane turret, and again, start to get vision control in, make it a little bit easier for them to navigate through the jungle and catch out certain members of JDG.
And when it comes to the fights as well, much easier way to execute, or in fact, a composition that actually wants to fight this time around. You've got that FLS, you've got a LeBlanc, you've got the Graves that's going to be able to get in there, but also this Renekton that wants to be in these skirmishes, wants to be in the middle of everything. And immediately, SUNING grab the Herald, move it in towards this mid lane. That won't actually finish off the turret by itself, though. Huanfeng steps on forward alongside Angel, just to pop that one in the air.
They're actually making moves down towards the bottom lane to see if they could pick up the turret and Loken as an extra prize as well. But Loken does back away there, so they're not going to go the full way down to commit to the bottom side of the map. But now you got to look at JDG. How do they try and aggress forward? Because we talked about this as a team comp that is very much going to fall off when it comes to damage. Yagao step behind now. Yes, Loken has hit his 2 items, but you already have a Philios who's working up towards his 2 items and will take over when he gets towards that second Zeal item.
Honestly, so far this game, I'm really impressed by Angel on the LeBlanc. I mean, looking at his scoreline, he's doing a great job right now. I picked the wrong time to say that. I picked a real bad time to say that.
Sorry, I missed what happened on the screen. Can you just repeat what you were saying there?
Angel got absolutely bodied by Kanavi and Yagao, locked up and finished off. But I don't think it actually takes away from the point I'm trying to make in that his laning has been great, but also it's not on one of the 2 champions that he's really known for in that mid lane, in the Azir and the Kassadin.
Fair. And I mean, the Twisted Fate we kind of associate with Angel as well from the 2019 Summer Split. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have the biggest of performances in the last game. Now I want to see him have a decent response on this LeBlanc. And was in at 2-0, now 2-1, can still be a pretty big factor in these team fights, especially if he can force Loken out of these scraps, because at the end of the day, if Loken isn't able to be a key factor for JDG, well, there's no more follow-up damage for them.
It's important to mention that when we look at the carries on both of these sides right now, Loken, despite being lower on gold than Huanfeng, has a much cheaper build, so he's hit the 2-item power spike much earlier on into the game, and importantly as well, that Mana Moon will eventually stack up. Once that stack hits, once he's able to get the mana converted into damage, Loken will start hitting like a truck.
And this is where JDG are trying to find their fights towards this third dragon. But the issue that you're seeing is SUNING can kind of play it safe. They don't have to go towards this dragon if they don't want to. With the way the Laves are pushing right now, you've got pressure across the map that JDG have to deal with. So I'll be interested to see how they approach this.
I want to make a slight update, because I was just talking about the AD carry builds. It turns out neither of them are based in Aegis, and Kanavi's been found, forced out of the jungle by Angel. Really nicely done there on the LeBlanc.
And right before the dragon's about to spawn. So now Kanavi can't come towards this. SUNING are putting vision everywhere in the JDG jungle, and again, it's trying to clear out, choke off any answer JDG can have, but Yagao pushing in this top lane. Bin is going to be forced to respond. Doesn't have the teleport available yet, so a window of opportunity for JDG to make a play. But unfortunately, it's not going to be given to them because SUNING are finishing off this dragon too quickly.
Nicely done here by SUNING, but good answer from JDG as well to at least grab a tower in the top side. I was mentioning before the AD carry items. Hwanfeng has finished off his Hurricane, but Loken isn't scared. He's going forward. True Shot Barrage not quite going to land. As Call of the Forge God gets the knock-up, but realistically, Hwanfeng is safe. The rest of the team from SUNING now collapsing on in. This would be 4v5, though. Onto Lumao with a root from Angel. Doesn't have a ton of mana. We'll back away. In the meantime, S2FM is doing chickens.
he poked into this fight.
Oh, Hwanfeng! What are you doing? Oh, he stepped way too far forward. In the meantime, SOFM is still doing chicken, so he's nowhere near to try and get involved in this fight. Luckily for SUNING, they've got the wave clear to deal with this minion wave.
So a mistake from Hwanfeng, but it's not going to amount to anything here. He'll be back on the map. JDG aren't able to push in now with all of their engage tools down apart from Yagao, and realistically Yagao wants to be using this prison, or Frozen Tomb even, to just keep the likes of Bin away, maybe lock up SOFM if he gets too close.
Look, all I'm saying is if Hwanfeng still had a mullet, he wouldn't have been caught out there. That's all I'm saying. It's just simple science.
It's a fact of life.
It's simple, it's simple science. But overall, SUNING's still actually looking good. Even though that trade does go the way of JDG, when you look at the gold right now, they're 1,000 ahead. They're feeling strong in this one. If they can get grouped fights, though, where Hwanfeng isn't caught out before everything kicks off, if he can get a big Moonlight Vigil and you've got Bin in the middle of everything, they can look amazing in this one. But also, on the side of JDG, it's a similar story where if all of the ultimates land, they really can tear a team apart.
We're starting to see the ornaments come in for JDG as well. Now you can see Loken has got that Frozen Fist for himself now with the upgrade, and we'll potentially see a little bit more pressure come out from them because right now they're hitting the point where they're strong and you're getting doubled down on with the items coming in from Zoom. So we'll have to see if they can find a few of these team fight victories, but very soon SUNING will just be able to out damage them when it comes to these fights.
I was a little worried for Angel there. An important item pickup as well in the mid lane from Yagao. He's finished off his Zhonya's Hourglass. This is a huge power spike for Lissandra, not just in terms of damage, but you can go so aggressive in the fights now and still survive no matter what. Maybe not no matter what. There are things that can still kill you. SOFM is one of those things if you can get the damage in. Zoom charges on forward, but he's 2v1 right now and forced away by SOFM and Angel. Teleport in here from Yagao in the mid lane. Both teams going to disengage.
JDG are desperate to make plays right now. They realize, hey look, Hwanfeng's about to come online. SOFM is hitting critical mass as well. Death's Dance now completed for him. He's working towards a Black Cleaver. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to find anything. SUNING are doing a great job until now.
Lumao has gone in, but he's kind of alone right now. There's no follow-up from it. Oh, Angel! He messed up the jump, and now Zoom wants to snipe him. No, turns straight on towards Bin instead. SOFM kicked back. Angel not hit though, and SOFM now going to be ulted as well. He's locked up and might just go down. Angel's in trouble as well. In the meantime, Bin pushed away as Loken finds a kill. Hwanfeng can't escape. He's slowed down and will be finished off. No, gets under the tower. Finally dropped by Loken. And the team play from JDG is just beautiful.
SUNING just got out of harm's way to only jump in front of the next bus. They end up giving across all these kills. JDG find the fight they're looking for and will get the Baron as a result.
Straight onto the big purple worm, and they're looking fantastic. It's been such an even game this entire time, but SUNING stepped too far forward and they are punished.
They're so close. Every time, like, SUNING, you're just on the cusp of being able to do it. But unfortunately, end up getting caught out. A mistake coming through from Angel there, not able to get over the wall and trying to burst out Lumao. I mean, you're not really going to be able to do particularly much, even if you get Lumao in this position. And it just gives the opportunity for JDG to try and find these engages. Especially as SUNING are running away here, it's impossible for them to get onto Loken, who is going to be perfectly happy chasing these fights with the Iceborne Gauntlet, slowing people up. Plenty of arcane shifts thanks to the extra CDR he's able to pick up with the Death's Dance as well that he's got completed. So like he's sitting at every bit of CDR he could possibly want right now,
Yeah.
which means chasing these fights is so easy.
But this next couple of minutes is the most important couple of minutes for the side of JDG, because as you've mentioned before, their composition will fall off. They've got the Baron buff. They've got themselves a tiny little gold lead of 2,500. If they can continue to push this and increase that lead, they'll be looking fantastic. But the more items Huanfeng gets, the more difficult this will become for JDG.
Bin now trying to play the split pushing role and see if he can dissuade JDG, but JDG are perfectly happy to just trade turret for turret here.
That was a beautiful little sidestep from Angel. SOFM tanks a bit of damage, but they're defending the turret, and that's what's important right now. Oh, the damage out of Loken. He's feeling large and in charge. True Shot Barrage is on cooldown, or he might have been able to get a kill. In the meantime, Bin is split pushing and managed to get himself a tier 2. Yagao moves down to the bottom side of the map. Sword Art is going to try and solo Defender's Bard. I don't know if that's really going to work out for him.
TP in the mid, though. They're looking to make a play here as SUNING.
They're looking to collapse onto Loken and Lumao. Angel is here already, going to try and root them in. Loken flashes away to the rest of his teammates. There's a showstopper onto Bin. Dominus keeps him alive. It's actually Lumao to fall. Turret falls somewhere on the map as well, as SOFM now trying to collapse, trying to cut them off, stop JDG getting on out. This would be a third Dragon for SUNING if they can get it. But Zoom has arrived, and now they're the ones getting collapsed on. Tempered Fate isn't enough, and Kanavi gets away with his life. One more auto isn't quite enough. Aphelios has got to make things happen. Huanfeng has to step on up here. Zoom goes too far in, though. Stunned up. The damage isn't there. Huanfeng can't step on forward. Loken is threatening. He wants to jump over the wall. Yagao goes in, goes golden, and keeps himself safe. Huanfeng, one more auto. Sword Art gets the kill. Zoom trying to escape, and Loken stepped too far forward as well. This is going to be SUNING taking the fight, but Huanfeng falls. Loken somehow equalizes. Kanavi got the dragon.
What is going on in this game? I thought that fight was going to be okay, cool. SUNING have moved in. They're getting the kills. They're getting the fight.
If Kanavi helps, JDG just win the fight. Why are you on Dragon, Kanavi?
So many questions and so little answers. But we do... Okay, look. Kanavi does manage to steal it away. So Kanavi was healing up off of that Dragon, which was great for him. But as you saw, Loken was nearly able to finish off. This engage from Zoom could have been amazing, apart from that flash there from SOFM. Kanavi goes way too deep off the back of that. Loken now trying to get in to support Yagao, to support Zoom. And this is where Angel now gets access to keep Loken at bay, because once everyone has gone forward and a lot of these big ultimates from Zoom, from Yagao have been used, but then Angel can go forward aggressively. Then you can look towards Bin to get aggressive as well, and they're able to catch out multiple members. Yeah,
this kill from Loken is
I don't think it would have been a win for JDG, even if Kanavi had helped. I think he was pretty much done and dusted at that point, but stealing away the Dragon stops SUNING from going on to Soul Point, which I think is a much bigger factor for JDG.
Yep, understandable. I take it back, Kanavi. I take it back. But ultimately, impressed by Loken in that fight. Really, really great Ezreal play. But Huanfeng, once again, misses his Moonlight Vigil. Had he landed that, had he managed to get the kill onto Yagao a little bit earlier, maybe that fight goes a different direction.
And the interesting thing about these fights is how much they've been dictated by who has the teleports up. Zoom wasn't able to get across to try and help there, so now his teleport is coming up, which means JDG can look to make map plays, especially just off of Bin and Angel being able to roam down to that play before Zoom could get there.
So Baron buff has worn off for the side of JDG. Minute and a half until that's up. 3 minutes until this Mountain Dragon is up. Dagda, give me a bit of a recap of where we're at right now, because gold is just about even. Dragons are even. Towers are even.
Well, definitely Huanfeng is just finished off his Phantom Dancer, so he's in a really good spot. You're looking at the... Actually, looking more towards a crit item now with the double agility cloak for SOFM. He's going to be looking to get very strong in the next few minutes. So definitely SUNING, when it comes to the straight-up damage, will be ahead. The problem is more trying to enact their game plan, because as we talked about, look, Yagao can do a great job of keeping Angel, keeping Bin away, and Zoom as well can look to be this gatekeeper before getting access to Loken. As long as Loken is staying safe here with the 5 kills and the ornaments he has, JDG have a fighting chance in every fight.
Well, JDG might just find themselves a pick before a fight ever happens right here. Nice little jump from Bin, but it's not going to be enough to get away from Lumao. Now he's in a 1v4, actually committing the teleport to this play as well.
Well, this is what we said. These fights have been dictated by teleports. You've got 35 seconds on this Baron, so getting that kill means they've now got a man advantage for this next fight, and nobody is tanky enough on SUNING to get out of the Call of the Forge God.
SOFM did actually manage to steal away the Scuttle Crab there with his collateral damage, which means they will have vision on this Baron if JDG would start that off on spawn.
I don't think it really matters. I mean,
look,
you
it
can
was cool.
walk
Okay.
it was cool. Okay,
it was cool.
But now you got no collateral damage. You've got no Renekton. JDG should just start this Baron up as soon as it spawns and make sure that they're able to clear it before Bin spawns and potentially gets that teleport back.
It'll be a big question of how quickly they can do it, and if SUNING can try and zone them off, try and find some way to stall out the issue. 3 seconds until Bin spawns and his teleport's about to come up.
They don't have a huge amount of poke on Suning's side, though, without Angel just going directly into the pit, but he does not want to make that play right here.
Bin's
JDG not doing
in.
anything.
Bin's trying to make his way on into this one. Yagao has to jump back into the pit here, and JDG have not committed to the damage just yet. Bin has Dominus available, forced away. Oh, the Tempered Fate is like something out of a movie. And Zoom can't get the second half of his ultimate off. Yagao goes back in, knock-up coming on through, and JDG might have found the pick. Bin desperate to escape, and the turret can't do enough. Now look at the damage coming out of Huanfeng. That's the Moonlight Vigil, but it's not quite enough. There are the autos in. Everybody just about getting away with it. Huanfeng just so close to finishing the fight.
Incredibly close to finishing off that fight. They do push Suning back. Bin does go down as a result, but they're going to be happy to just keep them pushed away. I thought JDG might have found the fight with the separation of Suning. Some in front of the pit, some caught over by the red buff, but that Tempered Fate from Sword Art saved that entire fight for Suning.
Beautifully done there. And also Bin just tanking up so much at the start of the fight. They had to use everything to try and burn down the Crocodile. And as you rightly say, Sword Art just magnificent Tempered Fate to ruin their plans, and Zoom couldn't get his ult off. Now though, Mountain Dragon has spawned. Neither of the teams can get soul just yet. This will be soul point either way, and it is going to be JDG.
I'm looking at the items though that have been completed now for Zoom. You've got that last Whisper coming in for Huanfeng. You can now actually deal damage to Zoom. I'm looking over again at the Graves as well, who's got that Zeal item now finished and is working to really just become a secondary AD carry where he's dealing a whole heap of damage to the likes of Zoom. And I like this crit style build because when you're going up against these super tanks and the likes of Ornn, you want that crit to help get through that health bar.
JDG just going to kick this Baron off straight away. Teleport from Angel as he knows he needs to be a part of the play, but he's in the wrong spot right now. Forced to flash. Mimic on cooldown. Oh, no, it's not. He jumps back to his distortion. Angel's alive somehow. Secret mission now from Angel as he gets show-stoppered, and I don't think he can survive this one. Ignite is there, and Lumao with the 1v1 in the end. Now into the mid lane from Suning.
But now, if I'm Huanfeng, I'm delighted. No ult on Lumao, no ult on Zoom. I'm free hitting this entire time.
Yeah, but you're also in a 4v5, so we'll see how this one works out. Good damage onto Zoom, but he is practically invincible at this point in the game. Baron has been started though. Kanavi and Loken are happy to just two-man this one right now. Still 30 seconds until Angel comes back onto the map. SOFM trying to step in. So is Bin as the Dominus comes up. Huanfeng is here, and Moonlight Vigil is available. Inferno is there as well, gets a good bit of damage. Kanavi goes onto the AD carry, kicks him away. Huanfeng surviving, and he will be able to do it. There goes the Baron. It's Lumao that gets it in the end. Kanavi forced into his GA. They're somehow winning the fight though. Suning might just be able to do something here. They get themselves 2 kills, but it's JDG with the Baron.
How JDG got that Baron when it's only SOFM in the pit when it comes to junglers, I do not know. But Suning have found it. They're pushing forward
Death times are incredibly long here. You've still got 50 seconds on Zoom right now. They can charge down the mid lane, and they've got an Aphelios.
There is no problem here. We've said already, when Zoom's ult's down, Yagao's is down, Lumao's is down, Huanfeng will stand up, and he is now looking to finish the game.
Tempered Fate onto Yagao, goes into his Sonias to keep himself safe. There's a stopwatch as well, so he's golden for a long old time. But Gold can't last forever. Turns into his ultimate and will be finished off in the end. He's bought a lot of time for his team. Has he bought enough, though? Health bars are low. They've got to finish this tower off, but they don't have the minions. SOFM is low. In goes Loken. Has to flash away. Keeps himself safe, though. The TP is still going.
The TP is up from Zoom. They're pinging the wards. They're looking to collapse on SUNING.
Magical Journey comes out from SUNING. They're going to stay as a unit here. Stay all as one. If anybody steps too far forward, they will go down.
Oh my god, Munch, here he goes!
Zoom with a massive ultimate here. SOFM the one to go down first. Sword Art is here. Bin goes in with the Dominus, though. There is a lot of damage. If Huanfeng can get these autos off, he just ignores Zoom, and he goes for the rest of the team. Huanfeng is low, shielded up. Magical Journey's there, but he can't quite get it. And JDG are turning the fire around. Bin now tries to escape, flashes, no, dices to safety. There's a blast cone to get out, but somehow JDG have flipped it again.
JDG are still chasing down on Bin. The Iceborne Gauntlet proc will not hit, so Bin is still able to escape, but there's no minions. They've no way of actually capitalizing on this right now.
How is this game so close? SUNING doing such a good job to bring the Spring Champions into this brawl.
And it is a brawl, exactly as you say. SUNING are putting everything into this, but JDG do a good job of pushing them back. Yagao buying enough time with Lumao. And in these fights, Sword Art is playing such a crucial person in just keeping JDG at bay. Watch some of these stuns that come in, especially here. As they start to go aggressive onto Huanfeng, he gets this crucial stun over the back here, so you've got Huanfeng who's able to force Lumao out, get damage onto Kanavi, and this fight could have gone so much worse if JDG had been able to collapse on all fronts, and maybe they get something out of it, but these small little things coming in clutch on both sides.
What a performance we're seeing here out of SUNING and JDG. On the brink of annihilation there, but they hold on, and this is something that makes them the top team in the LPL. This is what sets them apart from the rest of the teams, is that they can hold on in these moments. They've got one Nexus tower left.
So let's take stock real quick. We got 30 seconds until this dragon is going to spawn. Sole point for JDG, and there's 0 summoner spells essentially on JDG's side. Maybe Yagao's will be up in time. And when we look across on SUNING, they're fairly much in the same boat. This is coming down to whoever gets caught first will lose the fight.
Bin has his teleport available. Zoom does not, but Yagao is in the side lane to answer for this Renekton and just clear away the minions. If JDG can get this dragon, the game might just end on the spot. Angel's moved over to the side lane.
They have the double teleport, so they're looking to try and make the play onto Yagao while this is going on.
I don't know about this one, though, because SOFM can't get near, and this is Dragon Soul taken immediately. SUNING, they can't afford to fight this one. This is not a winnable fight without the teleports coming on in. Zoom recalled. In the meantime, the Inhib tower has gone down. Inhib in trouble right now, as it's a 3v3 over the Dragon Pit, but it's going to be JDG escaping. Inhib will fall here, but it's at the cost of the mid laner. Angel fell as well. 50 seconds on that death timer.
There is the potential here for JDG to run towards bot side and try and push in here, or at least, well, now it looks like clear out these minions in mid. 2 inhibitors down, though, with Baron in a minute 40. JDG need to answer now, or they will lose out at that next Baron fight just off the pressure from minions.
35 seconds until Angel's back, but there is no Baron, so this minion wave is very clearable for the side of SUNING with a Graves there, with a Felios as well. They can just deal with these minions. There's no way for JDG to really pressure this tower in a significant manner. SUNING once again have found a way to weather the storm, but they did lose Soul here.
So this is where SUNING can look to play around that teleport advantage again. Super minions in top, super minions in mid. You have Bin and Angel after you've shoved out this top mid wave. Play towards bot and try and create pressure there. Well, you don't have the double TP, but here
teleport in. You can't clear minions if they're being teleported on. This means that the mid lane inhibitor will go down. Angel has now respawned, though, so JDG, if they try and force too hard, this will be a 5v5. Oh, Bin is recalling. Bin has teleport, but he's going to go for the recall anyway on towards these Nexus towers. Huanfeng dodges the True Shot Barrage. JDG realize they might have bitten off a little bit too much here. Tempered Fate available. Not quite going to land onto anyone, and SOFM is low. Needs to be very careful. Zoom gets the knock-up. It's only onto Bin, though. Everybody from SUNING backing away here. They still have the fountain, so they can heal up.
SUNING have managed to hold on to their 2 teleports, though, which is really crucial. So as long as they hold on to their Nexus turrets, they're going to be in good shape.
Supers are going to be pushing in the top lane this whole time, by the way. So if they can hold on, pressure will start to go in their favor. Bin using this Dominus. He wanted to go in here. Loken nearly got stunned up. Sword Art couldn't quite complete the Cosmic Binding. Now, Baron is about to spawn.
Super Creep's pushing in top, though, and now you're starting to see with that inhibitor respawns in mid that JDG don't really, or SUNING even don't have as much pressure towards this mid lane as they would like.
Call of the Forge God is on cooldown right now, so maybe this could be an opportunity to fight for SUNING, but without Tempered Fate, without the Moonlight Vigil, Yagao might just be caught out right here. He's in a whole lot of trouble. Goes into his Sonias to keep himself safe. Stunned though, and he doesn't quite go down. He's going to be knocked up, and that's going to be Huanfeng dropping here. Yagao still surviving the fight. SOFM is going to be chased away as Bin and Sword Art escape somehow, but Loken finishes the kill.
Kanavi comes out massive in that fight, managing to get the kick onto Huanfeng, set up for the kill on of Loken's ultimate, and JDG are still holding on.
Angel and Bin going to teleport in. Angel is so low on HP, but he's still going to try and make the play onto this one. Get straight up towards the next stanza. So he's knocked up by Zoom, and everything is denied. Sword Art makes Bin golden. It's the wrong guy. It's all gone wrong for SUNING.
It was so close, but twice SUNING. They can see the finish line. They trip right at the end, and JDG will find the 2-0.
What a heartbreaking defeat for SUNING, but what a game. What a series. JDG close it out 2-0, and that score